Page 30, Wishful Thinking. In this lesson, they're introducing two more dynamic markings, mezzo piano and mezzo forte. Pretty simple, really. You've already had piano and forte. Piano is soft, forte is loud. Mezzo means moderate, medium, sort of. Sort of piano, sort of soft, medium loud, sort of loud, blah, blah, blah. There's no set value for these. It's a range. Depends on your situation. You have soft, you have loud, and these mezzo thingies are in the middle. Soft, sort of loud, loud. It takes time, and you'll gradually get the feeling of where these are and how you feel. And in the music, you kind of have to adjust them to fit what's going on. It'll make more sense when we get some music where we're getting them more. Right now, it's just telling you medium soft now and medium loud for measure 9. That's not a lot of help. So, because we do a lot more with dynamics, and that's where it'll make more sense. Just know that we have soft, then sort of soft, then sort of loud, and loud. You can also have others. You can have softer than soft or louder than loud. We'll get to those later. And that's pretty much it for wishful thinking. Let's look this over. I see it is a page long, approximately. Clef signs are treble and bass clef. They're going to be treble and bass clef for a long time, but I'm going to just get in the habit of going through it. 4/4 time signature. I see half notes, quarter notes, and whole notes. And the hands are playing, but it's still just one hand at a time. Okay. The right hand is starting with third finger on E, and you need to know the names of the notes in the music. Just keep doing that play and say it drill. Forget the rhythm. Play the notes because you need to hear it. Play the note E, D, C, B, A, B, C, B. Just over and over, do this, play it and say it drill until these notes get drilled in and you just know what they are. We're going to start adding notes soon, so make sure you got these notes down if you can. However many, I don't know where we've done a bunch so far. We got second finger on E here. That puts the hand here. And you got thumb on middle C, and that puts the hand here. See, they keep giving you these little diagrams at the top of the keyboard and where your hands go and all that. I would prefer you not use those if you can help it. Those, you don't get those all the time. You only get those for a while, and then they go away, and then what do? I would prefer you just learn to do it the way you're supposed to do it all the time from now on. And that is, you look at the beginning, it gives you a finger number or two, and that's where your hand goes. That's all. So we're here and here. Yeah. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Get the idea? Okay. So I go through the whole thing and make sure I can play it okay and count it out. Now understand you're only counting when you're first learning the rhythm. Once you have the rhythm down, you don't count it anymore. You feel it because you're feeling these beats, these pulses. Then I'd get rid of any hesitations anywhere because it has to be a steady beat from beginning to end. No hesitations, and hopefully you'll play this without looking at the keyboard because you got to remember where your hands are and where your fingers are, which key, which finger is on. That's important. It's actually a lot easier than it seems, but it's important that you do it, and so force yourself to keep your eyes on the music. Look down when you have to, but otherwise try to keep your eyes on the music. There are times later on when you'll have to look down. We'll get to those later. That's not now. Now, once I have the hesitations out, I'll put in the articulation. And here it looks like they've got phrasing, these curved lines. They could be slurs or phrases or both. I'm guessing they're phrases. Remember, a phrase is a musical sentence, a musical thought. And for me, I have to play the melody quickly in order to hear it. So I have to rush it. So I just go through. Now, to me, it sounded like each line, the whole line, was one phrase. Middle of time. So I'm treating each line as a musical thought, a musical sentence. And these curved lines then would be slurs. Now remember, you connect the notes within a slur, but you don't always disconnect the slurs. You can connect slurs together. And that's what I'm doing. I'm connecting each line all the way across. I'm lifting up at the end of the line here to go on, like taking a breath. That's the phrases. Yeah. That's how I'm going to interpret it. You do it as however your teacher tells you to do it. And then the dynamics. MP, again, is sort of so you have to judge. I don't know. And then the third line down, measure 9, you go up just a little bit. There's not a lot of difference between sort of soft and sort of loud. They're both sortas here. And then the last line, you go back down to moderately soft. Yeah. Then once I have the dynamics sort of under control, then I add the speed. Smoothly is not a speed. They're telling you to play it smoothly. We did that in the articulation. They're giving you a metronome marking, but that's just a general guide. It's a suggestion. How fast do you think it should go? And it's something we need to talk about on speeds and metronomes and all that. When we talk about a speed of a piece, we're talking about the feel of the piece. How fast should it feel? That may or may not correspond to the beat. Yeah. So it's like if it were all half notes, and I wanted it to be kind of moderato, I'd play it like that. Well, that means the beat is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That makes the quarter notes just zip along. Well, that feels too fast. Well, then I got to slow it down. The quarter notes. How fast do I feel I want those? And then I'll make the half notes go about that fast. That's how I would feel it now. Give me a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or a beer or something, and I would feel it differently. I play by feel. How do I feel it? I'm going to be talking a lot more about feeling and playing as you feel as we go through these lessons. That is part of interpretation. Let's play this together slowly and check that you have the correct notes and rhythms. I'm not going to do the louds and softs. I don't do dynamics in these play with me's. It's just checking notes and rhythms. So I'll give us 4 counts. You should be playing the same note I'm playing when I play it. That's the idea. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2. 2, 4. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, off. There's a duet for this at the bottom of the page. I'd like to play that. And you play what you just played. I need you to go up an octave. Remember, an octave is an interval of an eighth. That's letter to letter. So just pretend that middle C, instead of this C, is this C. And instead of here, you're here. And play it up here. Up here. We're going to go a little closer to up to speed now, so make sure you're counting correctly because I'm playing other stuff. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go.